The man was executing his mission, preparing to eliminate a high-value target when an unexpected woman suddenly appeared in the assassin's scope. The well-trained killer quickly re-aimed at his target. He checked his watch, heart rate 65, his optimal shooting condition, but his instincts made him glance at the woman one more time. Suddenly realizing he needed to stay completely focused, he quickly steadied his heartbeat. When the target reappeared in his sights, he immediately pulled the trigger without hesitation. But disaster struck. The woman suddenly moved, blocking the bullet meant for the target. The man immediately reloaded his rifle, preparing for a second shot, but the bodyguards beside the target had already spotted his sniper position and quickly drew the curtains to shield their charge. This meant the assassination mission was a complete failure. Without hesitation, he disassembled his weapon, put on his helmet, and hurried down the stairs to his motorcycle parked at the entrance. As police cars roared past nearby, he gunned the engine and sped into an alley. Passing over a manhole cover, he dropped the magazine down into the sewer. He tossed the rifle into a garbage truck, changed his route to take shortcuts, and avoided the arriving police cars. He threw his helmet into the river. All his tools had been disposed of cleanly. Returning to his room, he quickly stripped off his clothes and scrubbed away any gunpowder residue from his body. The man even carefully shaved, leaving no detail unattended. Finally, he used an entire bottle of cologne to mask any remaining scent. With everything prepared, he hailed a taxi on the street and headed straight to the airport. As he was about to pass through security before boarding, he suddenly noticed a police dog staring at him. Although he knew the scent had been washed away, he didn't dare risk his life, so he decisively turned and left the line. He went into the restroom and thoroughly cleaned himself again. Any overlooked detail could mean death, so he was extremely cautious before buying a ticket for the next flight. His phone rang, a call from his employer. A cold, harsh voice told him how he had failed, and that the client wouldn't let this slide. He knew that failing an assassination meant being hunted for elimination. This meant he would have to evade both police and assassins. After hanging up, he immediately removed the SIM card and crushed the traceable phone under his foot. Once on the plane, he had to remain constantly vigilant, monitoring his surroundings. Suddenly, he noticed a man who seemed to be watching him, realizing something was wrong. After landing, he used different identification documents to book a connecting flight at the ticket counter. He suddenly noticed that same man was also arranging a transfer. The man was certain he was being followed. He rescheduled his ticket for the next morning and checked into an airport hotel. The next day, he finally took a flight to his hideout. On the drive back in his truck, traveling through fields and desolate roads, he vigilantly checked for any tails. He spent the entire day taking detours, exhausted by the time he finally reached his residence. But when he arrived at his villa's entrance and saw footprints on the ground beside it, his guard instantly went up again.